All right, we're here with Minnesota Morris pitching coach Nate Haseman, and so you guys have been able to throw the ball a little bit here on inside. Obviously, haven't been outside on the mound, but just walk us through a little bit what you've seen through the preseasons thus far.
Well, basically, when we started off the year, we start kind of light, just throwing in the gym in the RFC. Start out with a half bullpen, going like 24 pitches. Then we bumped it up to 48. And then we started the guys throwing live to hitters with 3 innings of 15 pitches. And then from there on out, we bump it up a little bit, and then we'll tail it back a little bit once we get closer to Florida.
And speaking of Florida, still about a month away, so what kind of things are you trying to finish off here, final touches before you kind of get out there and get some live action?
Basically just working on control still, just pounding the strike zone. There's a few guys that need to refine a few pitches, try to find a change up a little bit, but, basically just working on attacking the zone, going after hitters.
You only lost one predominant starter from last season, so you got 3 of them back. Just kind of talk a little bit about that rotation that you do have coming back here and what you're looking for out of those guys.
Yeah, Mitch Reller and Joey Hyde, they were both huge for us last year, and they're only going to get better as sophomores. And having a veteran presence like Brody Raymond on the staff, he's 23 years old now already, so it's nice to have a guy. We're a really young team, a really young staff, but it's great having a guy like Brody in there, just to kind of show the younger guys, how to go about your business.
What are you looking for with the newcomers here? Maybe not just the starting rotation, but middle relievers as well.
Well, we got 2 really good pitchers coming in, a couple of transfers, Weston Brinkman from Bemidji State, and then Mike Dockendorf from Mayville, and those guys are going to see a lot of time. And, we have a few freshmen that'll see some time as well in a relief role. Jackson Gessel's really been impressing me so far. He didn't start pitching until senior year of high school, but he's just such an athlete that he gets up there and kind of carries himself with that confidence that I think he'll be pretty good for us too.
And you guys are kind of one of the more rare teams now in college baseball that you do have a designated closer. A lot of teams kind of switch that around, or maybe a starting pitcher comes in and closes some games out. So what does it mean to have that designated closer?
It's huge. Devy's stuff is, it's not like anything else you'll see. It's kind of like a wiffle ball pitch coming in. I think his fastball is right around 56 miles an hour. So, when you're just watching it, it doesn't look like it'd be that hard to hit. But when you're coming in trying to face a guy that, when you've been seeing 80 miles an hour and you got to try and hit 56 miles an hour, it's a huge adjustment for hitters. And, he's got that closer's mindset too. He's not afraid of anybody. He attacks the strike zone and he trusts his stuff. So, I think he'll be really big for us again this year too.
Good, and you guys were 1 game away from making the UMAC tournament last year, looking to get it in this year. So what is it going to take from the pitching staff to get you there this season?
Just throwing more strikes, I think. If you go through and look at our stats, the batting average against, other teams didn't hit us all that hard necessarily. It's just the walks that killed us. So I think if we control that and don't let innings snowball on us. Keep the damage to a minimal. I got a good feeling. I think we'll make the tournament this year. So
nice. And the Florida trip's kind of unique in the fact that you guys play a lot of games in a short amount of time compared to kind of your regular season, unless the weather decides it wants to change on you. But What does it take to get through those 12 so games in about 6 days, 7 days?
Well, like I mentioned before, it's a process of building up the arm strength in the gym here, but, we've got a staff of, 14 or 15 guys where, I trust any one of them out there at this point. So, we got the staff to get through it, and, their arms should be ready to go. We'll have probably 4 guys, maybe get 2 starts down there, so, and, those guys are already in shape to do that, I feel.
All right, and final question for you, just kind of the goals maybe that you set forth for your pitching staff this season that you've talked about with them.
It's obviously just to throw more strikes. Just be aggressive with hitters. We've got our whole infield returning this year. And a lot of range in the outfield too. So we've got good defense behind us. It's just a matter of throwing strikes, getting outs that way, and sort of just pitching to your strength. If we got guys, that aren't real hard throwers, working soft away. If we got guys that, can throw pretty hard, I'm fine with them pounding it inside. But, just kind of coming in and having an approach and just going after hitters.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Stephen.